Welcome to AlbertLeeLive.com, where we stream up to 200 games and events every year. Well, I think this is number 154, so a little short of that, but it's our first year, and it's only been since August. So we're going to shoot for 200 next year for sure, starting in with football, soccer, volleyball, girls swimming, and things like that once the school year starts. But we had 12 different sports covered here this first year of our broadcasting, our streaming. Plus graduation, prom, grand march, choir, band, and orchestra concerts, 3 each of those. Robotics. Yeah, we stream it all in there. Brought to you by great businesses like GT Window and Door, Gutters by GT, Cento, Mr. Sandless, and by ServiceMaster by Ayat. And there's links to those businesses and their online information on this website, AlbertLeeLive.com. I'm Jay Paul in another solo production today. My daughter Farron scheduled to be back for the Friday night game, VFW game here. If it doesn't rain, and then she probably will be here Sunday and Monday too. We have VFW Sunday and Legion Monday as we wrap up regular seasons for those. But for now, she's on vacation with her mom and her sister and having fun, and she deserves that. And we also archive every game that we have and every event, and you can rewatch them free at any time at AlbertLeeLive.com and advertise with us and shine a light on local students, as well as getting your message out to thousands of people on nearly 200 broadcasts a year. Call 507-402-1600 or ask a question on this very website, AlbertLeeLive.com. And for more information about the American Legion Post 56 in Albertley, their Honor Guard or any of their events, or the Bar and Grill or Freedom Rock, go to AmericanLegionPost56.com. Or you can find them on social media. And VFW Post 447 playing tonight. They are on Facebook as well. You can look for them. I got manager Rich Yost coming up. I was going to hope to talk to Ethan Hauser today. He's doing so well this year, but just kind of ran short on time. And so maybe another time we'll get to him. I do have Sam McGill's conversation from yesterday that ran, but that game did not get archived or recorded because it was stopped after one batter, and then they moved it, and we never did get back to that game last night. That the American Legion 56 team won 20-9 over Austin, in Austin. But it was a strange set of circumstances with the first batter walking, Kermis, and then I don't know how to do just national. Well, you're going to do it? Okay. We have no announcer here apparently tonight, so we'll have just the anthem coming up here before the game. That's what somebody was just telling me. But, last night, so we had the one batter, Cooper Kermis, who walked in the pouring rain, and then they called it, put the tarps out, and decided to move to the Riverland campus, Field 2 over there. And with all that goes into tearing down and setting up this production, I decided to skip that. And it would have taken me an hour to get ready to go again. And I thought by then they'd be playing. But no, that game didn't get over until 11:30 last night, unbeknownst to me. But I had other engagements planned anyway. And so it did work out for me. And unfortunately, we didn't get that good game on there for the Legion team on AlbertLeeLive.com, but that was the strangest set of circumstances. Moving the game across town, and I thought, do you know what goes into setting up and tearing down this production here? It's 2 cameras, it's computers, it's wires all over the place, and then packing it all up and dragging it into my car and then driving over there across town in Austin and then picking it all out and dragging it up the mile away to the, if you know anything about the parking lot to Riverland's baseball fields, it's a long walk with all kinds of equipment I'm lugging. I did not want to go through all that. So anyway, congratulations to Jay Anderson and the boys for winning. They're 4-2 now on the year. 9-2 for this VFW squad, the 447 boys. And again, I'll have Rich Yost. His interview is coming up here next after a quick break on AlbertLeeLive.com.
Hi, this is Adam, your local business owner at GT Window and Door right here in Albert Lea. Start the new year with a fresh look for your home. At GT Window and Door, we specialize in high-quality windows and door replacements that enhance comfort, style, and energy efficiency. With financing options available, including interest-free plans for up to 18 months, it's never been easier to upgrade your home. Visit us online at gtwindowanddoor.com to schedule your free estimate today. Let's make 2025 the year you fall in love with your home all over again.
You have a brand new house. The construction has left a giant mess of dust and dirt. Call Service Master by Hyatt today. 877-945-0993.
The man, the yellow van, call Service Master.
All right, I'm just making sure that we're rolling here, and
Service Master by Hyatt today.
That's the little delay we got. So let's go to the interview I did with manager Rich Yost. Where did I put that interview? Here it is. Got to change the page and go to Yost. And manager Rich Yost is my guest. And, last time out was an L, and that's a rarity these days for you guys, but it happens.
It does.
And Northfield's a good team.
Northfield is a good team. They had more clutch hits than we did. We had our opportunities and didn't come through.
Yeah. With runners in scoring position, that was not good.
Yeah, you don't want to leave the bases loaded 3 times and get 1 run out of it. It doesn't bode well.
Well, you're still 9-2. What does that do for? I mean, you got 5 games left this week of the regular season. It's what does that do to the shakeup at the top echelon of the district?
It's pretty stacked at the top. I think 9-1 down to 7-5. That's your stretch. It's not a big disparaging gap, and everybody there is very competitive. We've played and lost a couple of the top 2. We've beat a couple of the top 2. So it'll come down to them last games in the 14th, and it'll be fun.
Team batting average 305. You average 6 hits on 6 runs on 8 hits with 3.5 steals a game. So that makes it easier to manage when guys are doing well at the plate.
I haven't looked at those numbers, but it's less than what you said last time, so we need to pick it back up again.
Well, that's true. Like I said, 6 games left, I think, in 5 days. How many of these do you think you have to win to get a home playoff? Couple of home playoff games.
2-2 mathematically.
Yeah.
But I'm
to win them all.
I'm for all 4. I mean, you're two games that are all we have to do is put the bat in the ball, get the ball in our glove, throw strikes, and we'll be fine. And then go to Winona, and that'll be our test.
Drake Sternhagen pitching today. How's he been on the hill? Has he had a start yet?
We haven't seen him in a while. I think he's through the first game of the year. He had one in the middle, and now this one. So early on they were stretched out, and so back to him this week and get him back on board.
It's tough when you have so many games in a small window of days. You got to really stretch some pitching around.
Yep, and some of the other guys have had success, and so that's a testament to the depth of this squad. Is we can reach down and have Drake as a solid number 3 or 4 guy and really do well.
And he doesn't have to put it all on his shoulders. Just throw it across the plate. You got a good defense.
100%. Yep, we got guys in the right spots. I feel a lot of speed out there, good gloves, and they're going to work good tonight.
All right, man. Hey, good luck. We'll talk to you down the road.
Thank you.
I've got a suggestion for a place to eat that has culinary masterpieces. Cento in downtown Albert Lee. Wood-fired pizzas, fresh salads, rich pastas, and indulgent desserts. They all come together for a meal everyone will love. And if you're craving something sweet, they just added gelato. The cafe up front is open until 3 daily. Cento offers weekly specials. They've got a full catering service for you. Dine in or carry out at Cento. Open Monday through Saturday at 201 South Broadway Avenue, downtown Albert Lee.
All right, we have umpires. They have arrived in time here, about 9 minutes till kickoff. Here's our other view here. You can see first base, you can see the plate, you can see center field and right field. I know there's chain link fence there, but it's hard to avoid, man. And if you go to a game, you're going to see it through the chain link fence because, for protection. But that's a little different view and a little clearer, I think, than what I usually have from upstairs here in the press box. But, of course, we have the left field view and the pitcher's mound and the batting area and third base and shortstop. So I think we got everything covered here as far as our angles. Well, I didn't get to talk to who I wanted to. Ethan Hauser is having a great season here. Not a lot of at-bats here, but he's going to start at second base tonight. But Ethan, he deserves to get talked to. 470 average, 8 hits, 17 at-bats. He's got 5 runs scored. He leads the team in RBIs with 8. And, he's having a great year. Second only to Nate Herr in average. Nate's at 590. And that's just incredible. 13 for 22. Nate hit 3 hits in the loss on Monday, too. So he keeps it going. He's got 11 runs. 1 RBI, though. He goes back and forth between first in the lineup and last in the lineup. And those aren't high RBI areas normally. But He is getting it done at the plate with a .590 average. .470 for Hauser, .388 for Graham Goskeson, .357 for Cooper Rassler, .318 for Aiden Boss, .312 for Preston Smith, although all those guys over .300 and all the way up to .590. So it's great. They have a .305 team average, like I said to Rich, 69 runs, 18 doubles. The only thing that doesn't really go smoothly here, 55 strikeouts, 54 walks at the plate for Albert Lee, and that's not ideal. You want to have a lot more walks than strikeouts, but if you want to nitpick, that's one area they can improve on. But tonight it's going to be Drake Sternhagen pitching, and we got to pause here for the national anthem, and hopefully you can hear it. All right, as we get going here, I have Drake Sternhagen pitching to, I don't know what their record is, but Rochester John Marshall, the Rockets VFW team out of Rochester, they only have one bench player, but their starting lineup, Xander Aldis, shortstop, will bat first. Elliot Spolstra is the catcher, going second. Third up will be Jarrett Thaler, he's a center fielder. Alex Polgals is the left fielder, batting fourth. Carson Cook, or is it Cook or Coke? I don't know. I guess either way I've heard it pronounced, but he's the third baseman, and he'll go fifth. Sixth in the lineup is Sam Schneckrith, who is the first baseman. Joe McCarty is playing on the right field. He'll bat seventh. Timmy Finneran is the pitcher, batting eighth. And Cy Churchill, second baseman, bats ninth, with Ronan Darby on the bench, should they need him for any kind of pinch running or hitting duties, or pitching, I guess. You never know. As far as Albert Lee, when they're in the field, it'll be, or at bat, it'll be Aiden Boss batting first. He's the center fielder. Bryson Gilliam bats second, plays left field. The third up is Nate Herr, the right fielder, with the .590 average. Drew Ulvey, the shortstop, bats fourth. Casey Ulvey catching and batting fifth. Cooper Rassler will go sixth. He's the third baseman. Ethan Hauser playing out at second base with a .470 average, bats seventh. Peyton Alberts playing first base today, and he'll bat eighth. And ninth is Drake Sternhagen, the pitcher, with Aiden Boss, Brendan Soper, and Manny Cavazos on the bench for Rich Yost's 447 crew. Just about ready to go here on first pitch. Excuse me. As up to the plate steps Xander Aldis of JM. And that's the throw down. I'm trying to find out a pronunciation on one of these guys. I have those way over there. Hopefully my cord reaches. Their spelling was better than mine when I was jotting these down. It's Schneckloth, Sam Schneckloth. Boy, say that, try it 3 times fast. There's a strike to start the game. And a train, this 5 o'clock train coming through. Here's Drake's next pitch. It's up high, 1-1 is the count now to our leadoff batter, Aldis. Xander is the shortstop, and here's swinging a foul ball on the right side, or left side. It's 1-2. Drake ahead 1-2 to the leadoff batter with Spolstra and Thaler coming up next. The 1-2 pitch swung on and hit to the left side and through for a base hit. I was trying to set up for a play at first, but that got through at the shortstop position, and they call it a hit. And so Aldis is on with a single. Spolstra coming up here. Elliott is the catcher. Another right-handed bat for JM. Not sure what kind of record they have, but they have not been mentioned in the upper echelon of things that I've heard. I don't even know if we're in the same district as them. There's a pop-up to second base, and Hauser gets that one. They trying to throw back to first to catch him napping, but he was back safely. So a pop to Hauser at second, and that's the first out. Back safely, Aldis at first, and brings up Jarrett Thaler, the center fielder. And we can watch this view, too. You get your leadoff batter over there. And the first pitch to Thaler is up high and outside for a ball. Let me change my scoreboard here. We got a runner on at first. We got ball one and one out. They throw over to first. Ooh, close play, but Aldis dives back in. He is carrying a lot of dust with him when he goes. He's like the Pigpen character on Peanuts. As he was safe there, so a 1-0 count still, and now a strike called on that outside corner for Drake Sternhagen. A 1-1 count to Jarrett Thaler. 3 righties in a row here to start for JM. Drake delivers, and it's popped up behind everybody and out of play. So just missed our roof here, but 1-2 is the count. Ball and 2 strikes to Thaler. Runner at first and 1 out. You can see the lead he gets over there at first with, Peyton Alberts holding them on over there. And that's just misses, and 2-2 is now the count to Thaler. 1 out, 1 on, top of the first here. VFW baseball from Hike Field. Drake checks the runner, now delivers, and that's on the ground. And Hauser picks that up and goes to first. Not enough time to run the double play there, but he did get the batter, and so 2 down. On to second goes Aldis. And a 4-3 putout. So you got Ethan Hauser involved in both of the outs here this inning, and that brings up Alex Polgaus, the left fielder, who takes ball 1. Runner at second, 2 outs. All 1 to Polgaus, and he swings and misses. The yellow bat flies through the air and does not make contact. 1-1 is the count. What does it say on the back? It's 125. Is that their post? I believe it is. We'll try and train my eyes on that here coming up. But and now that's outside 2-1. No, it's 12-15 is their post over there in Rochester. It's always good to promote them. VFWs and American Legion's doing great work with a lot of different things that they have in motion. It is now 3-1 from Sternhagen to Polgaus. And strictly right-handed batting that he's faced. He walked him on 5 pitches there. So 2 on and 2 outs. First walk given up by Mr. Drake Sternhagen. And Aldis at second. Polgaus at first. And here's Carson Cook. He's a lefty. Strike called. It's C-O-C-H. It's either Cook or Coke. I've heard it both ways. Usually even in the same family. And so you never know. I should have asked him, but I never got the time to do it. That's a foul down the first baseline for strike 2. 0-2 is our count to, I'm going to call him Coke. I'll call them both, and then it covers me. Swing and a miss. He did get a piece of it, but it was caught by catcher Casey Olvey, and so a recorded strikeout, and the first for Drake Sternhagen in the ball game, and that's 3 outs. They do strand 2 runners and do not score. So half inning in, and it's scoreless on AlbertLeeLive.com.
Mr. Sandless in Albert Lee refinishes any kind of floors without sanding. Guaranteed adhesion, guaranteed satisfaction, best warranty in the business. Outdoors, they'll refinish decks, fences, furniture, concrete, and more. Any type of floor indoors like tile, slate, laminates, concrete, asphalt, ceramic, and more. Call local Mr. Sandless, Troy Irvine at 507-391-9100 or check them out online, MrSandless.com.
And we're back here with a scoreless first half inning, and Albert Lee coming to bat here, trying to shake off that loss, 7-3 here against Northfield Monday. Only their second loss. They lost to Cannon Falls as well, 5-3 was that score. In their 2 losses, 3 runs is all they got, so it behooves them to get more than 3, because every other time they've played, they've won. 4-0 over Rochester Century, 4-3 over Byron, 11-1 over Stewartville, 3-2 over Faribault. There's a 3 when they won. 9-0 over Waseca, 7-6 over Austin. They scored 16 runs in a win over Casson, 7-4 win over Red Wing, and 5-4 over Mayo. And it's going to be Aiden Boss, center fielder, batting first. Bryson Gilliam, the left fielder, second. And Nate Herr, the right fielder, third. The outfield leads the way here for Albert Lee VFW 447 against Timmy Finnern, the right-hander, warming up. Boss coming in with .318 average, and that's 5th on the team. I'd be happy to have a .318 average, but he's 5th. 6 runs scored, 5 RBIs, and 1 double for Aiden with 4 strikeouts, 2 walks, 4 steals, and he's been hit twice. First pitch to him is outside, ball 1. And we're off and running once again. In the bottom of the first inning, I mean. I get ahead of myself. Here's Finnerton's next pitch, and it's lifted straight up and back a little bit. Catcher trying to locate and can't quite get his glove on it. Good effort, but it's a strike, and the count is 1-1. Kind of just out of our view, or I don't know. Well, let's capture a replay, and we can see. That's not playing on the, okay, I was just outside of our camera view there, but now a 2-1 count to Aiden Boss. 2 balls, 1 strike. Leading off here, bottom of the first, scoreless. JM got 1 hit in their half of the inning with a walk and a strikeout for Drake Sternhagen, who's getting a start here. It's been a while for him to start on the hill. So good to see Drake out there. It's now 3-1 to Boss. And he takes a strike. 3-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Infield playing straight away and right in the middle of the dirt. And the outfield not real deep. Fairly straight away. There's a big gap in right center, though, and he walked him. So a leadoff walk, and Albert Lee in business. And up to the plate comes lefty Bryson Gilliam, who has a .260 average, 5 runs, 3 RBIs, and 8 strikeouts, 11 walks, team leading 11 walks, and also a team leading 8 steals. Speaking of steals, there's a steal, a second by Aiden Boss. And a runner in scoring position now with nobody out. With ball 1 to Gilliam, the lefty. And Finnern checking the runner at second. And he bounces one in. It gets away, but not enough for Boss to feel confident in taking a base. 2-0 is the count now. Aiden gets his lead out there. You can see him. I like this view. I mean, it's chain linky, but you can see all the positions. There's a strike call right down the middle. It's 2-1 to Gilliam. quick guy. He's got the team leading steals with 8. The next closest is 5. Preston Smith and Drew Olvey have those tied for 5. There's a base hit to the gap there. Basically, it was shallow right center and on to third after being sure that it's going to fall in. There goes Boss. So a base hit after the walk, and it's first and third with nobody out. And here comes Nate Herr, team leader in batting, .590 average, 13 for 22. 11 runs scored, 1 RBI, 6 doubles. He's team leader there, too. He's only got 1 strikeout in 22 at-bats with 2 walks, 4 steals, and he's been hit once. That's out, outside, and on to second goes Gilliam with an easy steal with the defensive indifference there. A couple of steals already in this first inning. Second and third, and it's a 1-0 count. Still nobody out. That gets away. That's going to score a run and move Gilliam to third. So Boss scores the opening run. It's 1-0 Albert Lee on a wild pitch from Finnern. His first, he had a walk, got a wild pitch, and a hit. And it's 1-0, and Herr has a 2-0 count with another chance at an RBI. Actually, he's only got the 1 RBI, so he's looking forward to this. It's kind of odd to have such a great average, and all the other numbers are there for you, but only 1 RBI. Of course, it's where you hit in the lineup sometimes. He's first. He's been 9th, but now with that .590 average, you put him in there at third in the lineup, and there's a strike call. So he took all the way 3-1 with a runner at third base and nobody out. 1 run in here for Albert Lee. And the 3-1 is ripped to left, and that is down and in. And the run comes across to make it 2-0. Gilliam scores on his way to second safely. Oh, the throw was there, but he beat the bouncing ball into second base. Nate Herr with an RBI single, or double, I guess. They threw there. He was able to stretch it to a double. Second hit, second run, and an RBI for Nate Herr. It's 2-0 Albert Lee with Drew Olvey coming up, the shortstop, and the right-handed batter is got the most at-bats on the season for this team by far. He's 10 at-bats, 7 at-bats ahead of the next highest. Strike is called. Let me redo my scoreboard here. Still nobody out, and a 2-0 lead for the good guys. And that is a base hit to right over the shortstop, and misplayed by the center fielder, but no more advancement as Herr ends up at third. Olvey with a base hit is at the other corner. 3 hits so far with the 2 runs scored. And we're in business again with first and third. Nobody out and a 2-0 lead. Olvey, .289 average. He had 38 at-bats, most on the team. .289 average, 13 runs scored, 6 RBIs. Here's Casey Olvey, the catcher. And that's low and outside. Drew is going for second. And as he breaks, the runner goes in to score, running into the catcher a little bit. Takes out his legs a little bit. It'll teach you to stand in the way. As Herr scores and gets all kinds of filthy. And all the way around to third goes Drew Olvey. Casey, for his part, is batting .258 with 5 runs, 4 RBIs, 2 doubles, 9 strikeouts, 6 walks, 2 steals, and a hit. He was hit once. Still has a RBI opportunity with a runner at third. Nobody out. 3-0 lead. Everything going 4-4-7 way here in the early going. That's outside to Casey and a 2-0 count. As Finnern is not having a great day here at Hike Field. They're hitting him around here a little bit early on. That's a strike called on that outside corner. A 2-1 count to Casey. I'm constantly checking the scoreboard to see if I got everything right. I hate it when I'm so far behind, but I'm getting better at it. And usually I have a student helper doing all that work for me. 3-1, or my daughter, Farron, but like I said, she's on vacation, so good for her. Having a blast. Her and her sister with her mom. And so now just a runner at third. It's 3-1, and that's a strike to Casey. 3-2 count. Still nobody out, and we are at the fifth batter. Finnern fires, and it ripped to the left, but foul. Well foul, so we'll do 3-2 once again. Hopefully this is a timely game, and I don't lose my remote camera, which is this view. Excuse me. I've got a little frog in the throat today. Casey walks. Second walk of the inning for Finnern. He's given up 3 hits, 3 runs, 2 walks, 1 wild pitch. No errors, but they have just been hitting him solidly as Drew Olvey had the single, Herr had the double, Gilliam had a single, and 2 walks, plus the wild pitch that scored a run. So here comes Cooper Rassler. He's a .357 hitter. 7 runs scored, 4 RBIs, 3 strikeouts, 3 walks, and 3 steals on the year for Coop. Playing out at third again today here, and still nobody out. 6th batter up, and runners at the corners. Still haven't thrown a pitch to Coop because they threw over to first once. That's a dangerous thing to do when you're down 3-0. I guess they try and get it out somehow, but with the runner at third, you got to watch yourself throwing to first. Here's the 1-0, and it's taken off to second. Is Casey safe there? 3rd steal of the inning. Aiden Boss, Bryson Gilliam, and Casey Olvey have all stolen second here in this first inning. Now 2nd and 3rd. Nobody out. And a 2-0 count to Rassler. Fake throw to second. Casey dives back in. Drew Olvey at third. Casey Olvey at second. Cooper Rassler with a 2-0 count. He thought about it, but he didn't go, and it was a strike call. 2-1. Yeah, I like both these views. The one is a little, takes a little getting used to, this one, but you can see most of the infield, right field, center field, even shortstop, and then just to change things up, if it goes out in the left, we'll try and get that. But it's 3-1 now to Cooper. I sense a trip to the mound to chat with Mr. Finnern here if he can't get another. There's nobody out here. We're in our 6th batter. And he walked another one. So that's the 3rd walk, and it loads him up for Ethan Hauser, who I wanted to talk to in the pregame because he's hitting .470, 8 for 17. He's got 5 runs, leads the team in 8 RBIs, and he could really add to that here with a base hit or more. That's outside and high. Ball 1 to Ethan. Drew Olvey at third, Casey Olvey at second, Cooper Rassler at first. 3 runs in. And a 1-0 count. And that gets away, and that's going to score 1. Here comes Casey right behind him. The throw, not in time. He's safe. And all the way around to third goes Rassler in the meantime. 2 more runs score on that wild pitch. Second wild pitch, scoring 2 that time. And it is 5-0. Still nobody out. And a 2-0 count now to Hauser with a runner at third. The Olvies scored. Casey was right on Drew's heels. As Rassler all the way to third, here's the pitch. It's outside, 3-0. They don't have a lot of options. They got 1 bench player, JM. So Other guys pitch, I suppose, at some of the positions, but that's another walk. That's a 4-pitch walk. And runners are at the corners. 4th walk for Finnern here in the first. And it's 5-0. On only just 3 hits, 4 walks, 3 wild pitches. Here's Peyton Alberts, the 8-hitter. Nobody out. Alberts, 272 average, 3 runs scored, 2 RBIs. And he takes ball 1. Boy, he just can't find the strike zone. It's a lonely feeling out there when you struggle like this. And on to second went Hauser with the 4th steal of the inning. And it's 1-1. There's a strike, the last pitch. 1-1 to Alberts. And he reaches and fouls that one off. And out of play to the right. 1-2. 2 more RBI opportunities here for Mr. Alberts. And that would help him. He's got 2 on the season, so that would move him up the standings on the team. That's outside, so 2-2. 2-2, nobody out. 5 runs in. Big first inning for the 4-4-7 crew. Second and third with nobody out and 2-2 count on the way from Finnern to Alberts. He fouls that one back. And out of play to stay alive at 2-2. It's good to see this bounce back after the loss Monday. Kind of a lethargic output there. They had the swing and a miss there is the first out. Strikeout of Alberts, his first K, Finnern. And second and third for Drake Sternhagen. The pitcher comes up in the 9 spot. Drake with a 200 average, 2 runs scored, 1 RBI on the season. He struck out a couple of times and walked 4. He's got a chance to knock in a couple and help his own cause. Already up 5-0. Sometimes that makes it tougher to pitch because you're going, oh, we got a big lead. And hopefully those thoughts don't creep into Drake's head. You got to keep pitching like you're behind or at least even. That's up high, 2-0. Let me change my scoreboard a little bit. We do have the 1 out. 5-0 lead with runners at second and third. That's Rassler at third and Hauser at second, and a strike is called to Drake. 2-1. Definitely a struggle for Finnern as they have batted around here in the first. And 3 wild pitches, 4 walks. This is lifted straight up but backwards. And so 2-2 is the count to Drake. Two with 1 out, and a swing is bounced to third, or to shortstop, and he muffed it. And the run scores. That's an E6. Drake's on. Scores Rassler 6-0. And runners at the corners now again with top of the order, Aiden Boss. Still only 1 out. Sternhagen at first. Hauser's at third. Excuse me. Rassler scored the 6th run, and there's pinch runner coming in for Drake, the pitcher, as Brendan Soper. Brendan Soper will run at first. One of 3 bench players for Albert Lee, Aiden Boss and Manny Gavassos, the other 2. Oh, no, and Aiden Boss is in the game. Who did they put on? What did I do? Aiden Jensen. I got my Aidens mixed up. Jensen is on the bench ready to play. All right, here's the pitch second time around to Boss. And ball 1, he walked his first time up, stole second, and ended up scoring on a wild pitch. Another ball. It's 3-0. I missed one there. 3-0 to Boss. And the pitch is strike on that outside corner. Boss taking all the way there and prove it you can hit the strike zone or I ain't swinging when it's 3-0. Runners get their leads, and that is in the dirt, and he walked another one. Second time that Boss has walked in the inning. Fifth walk of the inning for Finnern. And I think we got a timeout finally going to come and talk to him. As the bases are loaded again, Sternhagen at second. Hauser at third, and now a Boss at first with Gilliam coming up. He had a single his first time up. In the conference on the mound, 6-0, 1 out. Bases loaded, bottom of the first. And that was a quick visit, but we do have a new pitcher, I think. 17. Is that the number? Oh, Ronan Darby from the bench comes in. Their one bench player is in to pitch in relief here in the first inning. As Timmy Finnern is out after going 1/3 of an inning. He gave up 6 runs on 3 hits, walked 5 through 3 wild pitches, which scored 3 runs on their own. And so it's a big dude out here, this Ronan Darby. And we'll have to see where number 10 went. Right now the infielders are all kneeling around their pitcher as he takes his warm-ups. And see it from another angle here. He's a tall dude, right-handed pitcher. And they've got all their players in action here by the first inning. 6-0 with only 1 out. Bases loaded again for Albert Lee. Started with a walk, a single, a double for Nate Herr with an RBI. Keeps his hot hitting going. Probably pushing it up to 600 average. Drew Alvey singled. Casey Alvey walked. Cooper Rassler walked. Ethan Hauser walked. Peyton Albert struck out. Drake Sternhagen reached on an error. Boss walked again, and here's lefty Bryson Gilliam for the second time in the inning, and I missed that pitch. I don't know if it was what they called it, and they haven't put it on the scoreboard here in the stadium. That's foul down the first baseline, just foul. Oof, that would still be rolling if it was fair. I think it's 1-1. Let's see if the umpire gives a signal here. No. We're going with 1-1. Here's the pitch. It's outside. 2-1. Got to be very careful. Bases are loaded. Only 1 down. 6 runs in for Albert Lee. First inning action. Swing and a miss by Bryson. 2-2. That was... I had one of the balls was a strike, so he struck out. That's the second out of the inning. As Darby pitches to one batter and gets a strikeout. It's not bad. See what he does here with our hottest hitter, Nate Herr. He rips one foul, third baseline. Strike 1 to Nate. He had an RBI double his first time up, and again, he's pushing 600 for an average here. It's up high and tight. 1-1 to Nate. 2 down. Bases jammed. 6 runs in. Be a shame to strand 3 runners here, but we got her up to the plate. I hate to just say it's automatic, but dude is hitting 600. 2-1. And he hits one in the air. It's to right center, and he makes the catch out there for the right fielder, getting the third out on a fly ball to right. So the damage is done early. 6 runs, but only 3 hits. They leave 3 stranded. and chased the starting pitcher, Timmy Finnern, after a third of an inning, but Darby comes in and gets a strikeout and a flyout to end the first inning. 6-0 Albert Lee on albertleelive.com.
Hi, this is Adam, your local business owner at GT Window and Door right here in Albert Lee. Start the new year with a fresh look for your home. At GT Window and Door, we specialize in high-quality windows and door replacements that enhance comfort, style, and energy efficiency. With financing options available, including interest-free plans for up to 18 months, it's never been easier to upgrade your home. Visit us online at gtwindowanddoor.com to schedule your free estimate today. Let's make 2025 the year you fall in love with your home all over again.
You have a brand new house. The construction has left a giant mess of dust and dirt. Call Service Master by Ayat today. 877-945-0993.
The man, the yellow van, call Service Master.
Now they batted 12, scored 6, and have a huge advantage here as we face the 6, 7, 8 hitters, or I guess Drake Sternhagen faces them. We don't. I say we as in Drake, who he gave up just one hit in his first inning of work, struck out one, walked one, had a fly ball out and a ground ball out. But he's going to face Sam Schneckloth and Joe McCarty and Timmy Finnern. Well, we'll see if he bats or if the relief pitcher comes in. I would imagine it's the reliever. It's a ground ball to first here and misplayed. But did they recover in time? They did, and Drake was there to cover first as Albert's had some trouble with it over there. Almost got an E, but no, it was going to be 3. It kind of bounced off, and Hauser was there. 3-4, we'll call it 3-4-1 out for a 1 out. It went get it off of Albert's, but Hauser was there to pick it up and get it to Drake covering for the out. It's a strike 1 now to McCarty. He's the right fielder who made the third out. He lifts one to left field, and it's caught out there. Sorry I didn't have the right camera angle, but nice grab out there by Bryson Gilliam for out number 2. 2 up, 2 down. Sternhagen with 2 fly ball outs, 2 ground outs, and a strikeout. And a swing and a miss by relief pitcher Ronan Darby. Timmy Finnern never did get the bat. He's probably just as happy to be out of things. That's a slow roller, and it's going to be a long throw, but he got him. Nice grab over there by the shortstop, Drew Ulvey, to get it over to Alberts for the out. And a 1-2-3 inning for Drake Sternhagen in the defense. And they will go back to work offensively here with a 6-0 lead here in the middle of the second inning. There's all kinds of camps and stuff coming up. I wanted to highlight those. The football camp is next week. I know they had some meetings or practices, but youth football camp July 14th, 15th, 16th. That's next Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday at the Gus at Hammer Complex. 3rd, 4th, and 5th graders will practice those days from 9 to 11 a.m. 6th, 7th, and 8th graders from 11:30 to 1:30, and then the 9th through 12th graders from 5:45 to 8. Open to youth entering grades 3 through 12 in August. According to Tiger head football coach Paul Dunn, this camp will make football fun, focusing on basic football skills from all positions. Participants got to give. They got to wear a T-shirt and bring a sports drink or water daily. Or they'll be given a T-shirt and a sports drink or water daily, so they don't have to bring those. Each session will end with a game of ultimate football. Following the camp session on Wednesday, athletes will be provided with a meal courtesy of the Tiger football boosters. This is all next week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Students should wear a T-shirt, shorts, and tennis shoes or cleats to attend camp. There will be a punt, pass, and kick competition in the youth and middle school camps with awards presented at halftime of the first varsity home game. The cost is $40 for the 3-day session. Financial assistance is available. Contact Coach Dunn, paul.dunn@alschools.org. Enroll now online, alschools.eleyo.com. As Darby continues his warm-ups, he got 2 outs in that first inning. Finnern had the first one, but by a strikeout. They ended up with 2 strikeouts in the inning, but gave up 6 runs on 3 hits. Walked 5, didn't hit anybody, but they had 3 wild pitches. And now Darby taking over, and it's bottom of 2 with leadoff batter Drew Elvey. He singled and scored his first time up. Strike is called to him as the Bulldog is in the yard. Bellerin. You may be able to hear in the distance. He will devour any foul balls hit over there. 1-1. I'm not going to go get him with a bark like that. 1-1 to Drew. Ooh, tight inside. 2-1 as Darby works quickly. And he throws that one outside, though. It's 3-1. So we've got this game today. Friday we'll have VFW again against Rochester Lords at 5. That's a walk to Drew. First walk given up by Darby, but the 6th walk in the game already at the bottom of the 2nd. As Casey Alvey strides to the plate, he walked, stole a base, and scored his first time up. Runner at first. Nobody out. And the pitch is on the corner, taken for a strike by Casey. And Drew a 289 hitter. Casey is 258 so far. And the runner's going. Drew's going to face the throw. The throw hit him in the leg, and he bounces it out to center field. He's going to third. No throw, and he's in. So another steal for Albert Lee. First for Drew, but I think that's the 5th. 1, 2, 3, 4 steals, I guess. So far here early on for Albert Lee as they got another runner in scoring position, 90 feet away at third. He goes to third on the play on the wild throw from the catcher that hit him in the leg and bounced out there. 1-1 count to Casey. And now 2-1. Oh, he gets away from the pitcher, and we're going to have a run scoring slide. And wow, the catcher caught that one. And let's see. How do I get the replay onto the on our live thing? I'm just learning. I don't usually do this, so I'm trying to figure out. I capture the replays, but I can't get them onto the air here. But it's still Casey Elvey at bat here, and it's a 1-2 count to him. I have 2-1, but it says 1-2 up there. We'll go with that, and it's 2-2 now. And nobody on anymore as we scored our 7th run. Close play at the plate there, but Drew was safe. The umpire was right there on it. Here's the pitch, and it's ripped into left, and it's falling and is in. Safe at first is KC after a long at-bat, it seemed like. And he's got a base hit. The 4th hit of the game for Albert Lee. And another base runner for Cooper Rassler, who walked and scored a run his first time up. It's 6 runs in that first inning, but really only 1 RBI, and that was Nate Hur's double. The other runs were scored on wild pitches. And that one is outside, and down to second goes Olvey with the 5th steal of the game for Albert Lee. Casey's in scoring position. It's 1-0 to Rassler. And a courtesy runner is going to be, is that Cavazos out there? Yeah, I think that's Manny. In there for Olvey, who's going to put the catching gear on. 1-0 to Rassler. That's low, 2-0. So Manny gets his lead out there at second. That's up inside at 3-0. And some of the same problems that Darby's having are the same problems that Finnern had. Location. 3-0. And a strike is called on that outside corner. 3-1 to Coop. He likes to wear the high socks. It's a good look. When you're tall like that, it does look good. And a strike again is called as Cooper took that one. Now a full count. Ethan Hauser on deck. Casey Olvey gets his lead. Manny Cavazos gets his lead in place of Casey, and there's another walk. For Cooper, he's walked twice. And we had runners at first and second. With nobody out and a 7-0 lead. We're only in the bottom of the second. It's been all Albert Lee 4-4-7, guys. Outside and low for Hauser, ball one. He walked his first time up and stole a base. And the 1-0 runner goes to third, and the catcher has to lean way out and catch that out of the zone, and both runners advance on a double steal. Rassler's at second. Olvey, Casey's at third. 7 steals already. That's a foul ball. And a 1-1 count to Ethan. Or 2-1, I got 2-1. Still nobody out. Fourth batter this inning. They batted 12 in the first inning. Scored half of them. And the 2-1 is lifted to second base. And it looked like he lost it for a second, but he did end up corralling that one for the first out on a pop to second. And everybody else stays at second and third. Peyton Alberts struck out his first time up. Peyton with a .272 average coming in. 3 runs scored and 2 RBIs. He's got 2 in scoring position here with 1 out. And this one is to second. They go to first for the second out with the run scores. Cavazos, Cavazos comes in. Second run of the inning, 8th run of the game. Two walks, a single. That's a 4-3 put out for out number 2. And Rassler's at third now with 2 down. And Drake Sternhagen at the bat. Strike 1 to him. He reached on an error his first time up. This is lifted to the gap in right center. It's going to fall in for a base hit and an RBI for Drake. 8-0 as Rassler scores. 5 hits. And top of the order, Aiden Boss, third time up here. It's bottom of the second. He walked twice, stole a base and scored a run. That one gets away, and down to second runs Drake. Actually, halfway to third before he goes back. So another wild pitch. Boy, they've got a lot of those. 1-1 with 2 outs and a runner at second. That one squirts away from the catcher, but not far enough for Drake to go anywhere. Yeah, the outs have been few and far between as we have poured it on here, and they only going 9-0 now. 6 in the first, 3 in the second. Only 5 hits, but they've given us 6 walks and 5 wild pitches. It's been here's another walk, so make that 7 walks as Aiden Boss, the leadoff batter for Richie Host, has walked 3 times. First and second, 2 down. And a 9-0 lead. I finally got the 9 up there. That's up high to Bryson Gilliam. He struck out and singled, stole a base and scored. "1-0 is lifted to the pitcher. Between pitcher and catcher, they both look at each other and it's foul. Well, that is tough. 1-2. I think it might be 1-1. We'll see what the umpire says. That's fundamental baseball. Call it. Neither one apparently did because they both watched it bounce between them in foul territory. Gilliam has back in box, and he's got a flare out there to center, and that is caught off the ground there. Nicely jobbed there off the shoelaces by the center fielder. And they do get the third out, but we bat 8 more. So we've batted 20 men in 2 innings and come up with 9 runs. And it's 9-0 after 2 here on AlbertLeeLive.com.
I've got a suggestion for a place to eat that has culinary masterpieces. Cento in downtown Albert Lea. Wood-fired pizzas, fresh salads, rich pastas, and indulgent desserts. They all come together for a meal everyone will love. And if you're craving something sweet, they just added gelato. The cafe up front is open until 3 daily. Cento offers weekly specials. They've got a full catering service for you. Dine in or carry out at Cento. Open Monday through Saturday at 201 South Broadway Avenue, downtown Albert Lea.
I think we're headed for a 10-run game here. JM does not seem to be very much into the game. Their 2 pitchers have just been struggling with a combination of 9 runs on 5 hits, 2 strikeouts, 7 walks, 5 wild pitches, and a 9-0 Albert Lea lead. And JM coming up here, they are just getting through the order for the first time, and Albert Lee's been almost through it 3 times. They have been through it 3 times. This is Cy Churchill, the second baseman. And a strike is called to Cy, C-Y, Cy. As Drake Sternhagen has been given a big lead. He had an RBI himself, though, so he's helped his cause. That's outside, and ball 1-1. Drake with a strikeout, a walk. Hit a 1-2-3 last inning, but that was a fly out and 2 groundouts. So 1 hit, no runs, a strikeout and a walk. 2 groundouts, 2 flyouts. 2-1 now to Cy Churchill. And he fouls one off into somebody's yard, and it's 2-2 to the leadoff batter here in the third for Rochester post 12:15. Cy waves the bat. Drake pitches the ball, and Cy ducks out of the way, but the umpire says, I don't know why you did that. It's strike 3 called. Second K for Drake. 1 up, 1 down here in the third for Xander Aldis. He had a single to lead off the game. It's been all downhill since then for JM. 1 out. Nobody on. Top of the third, and a ball to Aldis. And that's ball 2. Two and 0. Oop, straightened his legs, and it's inside and low. 3-0. Xander. And their only hit. Gets stranded at second in that first inning. And then a strike is called, so 3-1 as Xander takes all the way. It's a tough mountain to climb out of, 9-0 here in the top of the third. Oh, he hit him. That just kept coming in and got way too close. First hit batter of the game. Drake puts one on here with one out, and Elliot Spolstra, who popped out to second, is coming up. With one out. Let's take a look at this camera as we watch the leadoff first for Aldis as Spolstra comes up. Throw over to first, and he dives back in. The ball squirts away from Alberts at first. So I mentioned Friday, VFW Baseball Rochester Lords is here at 5 on Friday. And then we'll have the Sunday VFW game against Owatonna at 5. Here's a ball lifted to shallow right, coming in and making a great grab out there. Woo. Having to dive was Nate Herr. See if we can watch that. No, what play was that? I don't know. Back to live action. That's up high. Ball one to Spolstra. Actually, this is Jarrett Thaler, as that was a pop to right field for the second out. And I was messing with replays, trying to get that to work. Have not quite figured that one out. 2-0. Runner at first, 2 outs. Thaler was a ground ball out to second his first time. Boy, he had a duck. He's not that tall, and that one made him duck. 3-0. Drake delivers. He got a 4-pitch walk. So this is as far close to scoring as they have gotten here in this game, with runners at first and second and 2 down. Second walk given up by Sternhagen. And he faces the yellow bat of Alex Polgals, who walked his first time up. And it's 0-1 to him this time around. 2 down, 2 on. And down 9 here in the top of the third for the VFW Post 1215 out of Rochester, basically the JM guys. It's a 1-1 count. The rules are, well, this one's down the right field and foul by a few feet. The rules are varied. There's an age limit for VFW and Legion, but I don't know about, you have to live in the town you play for. I mean, they have some lax joining rules, and you can play for both if you fit the age limits. And there's a single to right. The throw in is going to prevent the runner from going to from third. But now, JM with the bases loaded, Aldis over at third. Thaler's at second. And Polgaz, after the base hit, is on at first. That's the second hit of the game for JM, and they're in business here with 2 down. And lefty Cook is up. He struck out his first time up. It's 0-1 to him. See if Drake can set him down again and prevent them from scoring here in the third. It's 1-1 to Cook. I'll call him Cook this time up and Coke the next time. It's 1-2. Base is juiced with rockets. And a called third strike. He does set him down. Drake with his third strikeout, and he ends the threat. They strand 3, and it's still 9-0. And the Tigers coming to bat here on AlbertLeeLive.com. I want to see what I have here for replays. That doesn't show me much. And back to live. I have a bunch of them saved here, but let me see. And trying to capture some of the runs that were scored, and this might be one. They have wild pitches all over the place. And no, that's not one. I don't know why I saved that one. Forget it. Let's go back to live coverage here. And I got to tell you about a couple more camps that are going on, too. We talked about that football camp next week. But there's also a dance camp, or tryouts, I guess is what it is, on Tuesday, August 12th. Grades 8 through 12 can try out for the Albany High School dance team. 8 to 11 on the 12th of August is the time for that. It's at the Albany High School gym. Any questions, you can email ALDT, Albany Dance Team, aldtfalldance@gmail.com. And again, that's August 12th. And then they do have another rugby camp day, actually two more coming up. July 15th, which is next Tuesday, at Brookside Field by the Water Tower. And then August 5th at Jim Gustafson Field at Hammer Complex, 5 to 7 both days. $20 per participant for that. But the upperclassmen and girls will be teaching a lot of that and, the basics of rugby and rugby skills for K through 6. So no older folks there, just K through 6. The youth rugby camp, again, next Tuesday the 15th at Brookside, and then August 5th at Jim Gustafson Field, the Hammer Complex, 5 to 7. $20 cost there, too. And this is Nate Herr up for the third time, and a 0-2 count to him. He had an RBI double and a run scored in the first, and then flew out to right his second time up. 0-2, and then he rips one down the left field line and foul. Chasing out there, the left fielder, but couldn't catch up to it, so we'll go 0-2 again. And the rugby camp player should bring a water bottle and wear cleats or tennis shoes for that one. So lots of camps going on. 0-2. As Darby still pitching here in the bottom of the third. 9-0 Albert Lee. It's a 15-run rule after 3 innings. So if they do score 6 here, it'll be over. They do have 6 in the first and 3 in the second, so it's possible. 1-0 or 1-2 here to leadoff batter Nate Herr. Coming in, batting .590, got a base hit. A double, rather, RBI, and then a flyout. So 1-1. Pushing that average down. When you're 500 and you push your average down, you got something cooking. That's to the shortstop, and it gets through. That's another E6. And he will be on. Should have caught that. 2 errors on the shortstop. And Nate is on base for Drew Ulvey. Drew singled and scored and then walked and scored. He also has a steal on the day. So another base runner. Nobody out here in the third, and that is outside. Low, ball 1 to Drew. Ulvey is swinging the bat back and forth, waiting for the pitch, and the runner goes. Herr is safe, and the ball goes out into shallow center. He's going to stay there. I don't know. I've lost track of how many steals that is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 steals. Man. And when you give 7 walks and 5 wild pitches, you can add 8 steals to that. They're just having their way on the base paths here today. As it is 2-1 now to Drew Ulvey. And he lifts one foul, chasing first baseman. He's going to run out of room. 2-2. Runner at second, nobody out. Trying to get the double figures here. And Drew can do it with a base hit. He's got 6 RBI, tied for second on the team with Graham Goskeson. And that one is too short, snared there, and they're going to double off. Nate Herr at second base for the double play. So a liner to short and a 6-6-4 double play. So nobody on and 2 down here in the third for Albert Lee. And up steps Casey Olvey with a walk and a single. He's got 3 steals and 2 runs scored on the day. Fouled that one into the screen. It's 0-1. And that's high and outside for a 1-1 count. Casey having a good day. Well, a lot of guys having good days for Albert Lee. And hits the corner, says the ump, and it's 1-2 to Casey. 2 down, nobody on. And trying to get a 1-2-3 inning here out of Ronan Darby and the JMD, which has been riddled with hits. I wouldn't say really with hits, only 5 hits, which is quite a bit for 3 innings, but it's self-induced wounds that they've thrown 5 wild pitches and 7 walks and allowed 8 steals, and he walked Casey to prolong the inning, and no 1-2-3 inning. He second walk for Casey with a single as well, and now Cooper Rassler, who has walked twice, scored twice, and stole a base. Get a courtesy runner. Cavazos will go out and run for Casey so he can get his catching gear on. 2 down here in the third, 9-0. Rassler with a .357 average, doing really great job at the plate this year. 7 runs scored, which is third on the team. Takes strike 1 here, or I don't even know, did he swing? I suppose I could do a replay, but I never can put it on the screen here. I lack the knowledge. Here's the pitch right up the middle, base hit. And 2-out rally going here for Albert Lee with Casey Olvey at second, Cooper Rassler at first. Another base hit. That's the third given up by Darby, 6th in the game for Albert Lee. And Ethan Hauser with a .470 average walked and popped out to second. He's due. First and second, 2 outs. And a 1-0 count now to Ethan. Was really looking forward to talking to him pre-game, but things got a little tight and just couldn't do it. And a swing and a miss, 1-1. Apparently he's a very soft-spoken young man, but a lot of them are. I bet they're not really in like home life. I have one of those. She's basically quiet as. Down to second goes Manny, and he's tagged out. Or to third, rather, and he gets tagged out for the 3rd out. And Hauser will be up to bat to start the 4th inning, as we got a goose egg for the first time. Wow. 6 in the first, 3 in the second, none here in the third. 4 batters, as that seems like it went really fast because we've batted 20 in the first 2 innings and only had 4 in the third. Well, we'll go to the 4th with a 9-0 lead here on AlbertLeeLive.com.
Hi, this is Adam, your local business owner at GT Window and Door right here in Albert Lee. Start the new year with a fresh look for your home. At GT Window and Door, we specialize in high-quality windows and door replacements that enhance comfort, style, and energy efficiency. With financing options available, including interest-free plans for up to 18 months, it's never been easier to upgrade your home. Visit us online at gtwindowanddoor.com to schedule your free estimate today. Let's make 2025 the year you fall in love with your home all over again.
You have a brand new house. The construction has left a giant mess of dust and dirt. Call Service Master by Hyatt today. 877-945-0993.
The man, the yellow van, call Service Master.
And back here at bottom or top of the fourth, coming up here is 9-0 Albert Lee lead. So you missed the 15-run rule for 3 innings, and you can still get the 10-run rule. In 5 innings. Or 4. He flashed a sign at me, did Rich Yost. Brendan Soper is somewhere. He says 3 is in. All right. I don't know where, but he's out there somewhere, and I guess he's at second. Is that him at second? I think so. All right, so Drake pitching here to Sam Schneckloth, who was out on a misplay at first, but it ended up being a nice cover by Drake on first. Oh, there's a nice barehanded play out there in right field for Albert Lee by Nate Herr. Just grabbed it with his bare hand and threw it in, held him to a single on that one. A base hit by Sam. Only their 3rd hit. You're going to run her at first with nobody out. And here comes Joe McCarty. He flew out to left his first time up. Strike 1 to Joe. He swung at his, he hit his second pitch he saw to left field. And here's the second one, and he swings and fouls that one back. It's 0-2. All right, take something off of this one, Drake, and get another strikeout. He's got 3, does Sternhagen. 3 hits. 3 singles. 1 in the first, 1 in the third, and 1 here in the fourth to lead off the inning. It's 1-2 now to Joe. As Schneckloth gets his lead off of first, and it's quite a sizable one, but 2-2, he didn't go on that one. He comes back. Not such a big lead this time, but Drake checks him, now delivers, and a strike 3 called on the outside corner. That's the 4th K for Drake. First out here in the 4th. And it brings up Ronan Darby. Yeah, I didn't write down number 17. Ronan is number 17, and he takes ball 1 there, and now ball 2. 2-0, 1 out, runner on first, a 9-0 Albert Lee lead here in the top of the 4th. And the pitch is swung on and fouled first base side out of our camera range, and it drops harmlessly as giving chase over there was Peyton Alberts, but couldn't catch up to that one. 2-1 to Darby. Drake checks the runner and delivers. This is lifted shallow center. It's going to be trouble. It does drop in there, but they can tag the guy. Well, force him off at second, yeah, because he had to go. He had to hold, but it worked out to Albert Lee's advantage for the second out. It was a base hit for Darby, the 4th hit of the game for JM, but Schneckloth is thrown out at second for out number 2. And here's the 9-hitter, Cy Churchill, who struck out his first time up. 2 down, runner at first is now Ronan Darby. And it's 1-0 to Churchill. That's blasted right straight up the middle for a base hit. Nice hit there for Churchill. And that's their 3rd hit of the inning, 5th of the game. However, they haven't been able to put together a run or get anybody past. Well, they did have the bases loaded. The one inning, they left them loaded. But now first and second with 2 outs. Top of the order, Xander Aldis, base hit and hit by a pitch. He was the guy who got to third. That was in the third, but stranded there. It's 1-0 to him. And high and tight, 2 balls, no strikes. And he hit him last time, and now he's throwing high and tight. Something about this Aldis character that Drake doesn't like. That one's way outside, the other way, and 3-0. Strike called on the outside corner. It's 3-1 to Xander Aldis. And he walked him. So the bases are loaded again for JM. Third walk given up by Sternhagen. It puts Darby at third, Churchill at second, Aldis at first, and Elliott Spolstra is up. He popped out to second and popped out to right. On an 0 for 2 here. 2 down, and catcher Olvey goes out to talk to Drake. No mound visit for a coach anyway, but a pitcher conference. Go over some strategies, but bases are loaded now with 2 outs. Strike is called. It's a Spolstra. Any relation to the NBA coach? I don't know. It's not a name like Johnson or Smith. Anyway, you got to think probably all Spolstras are related. 1-1. The runners get their leads at all 3 bases and see if Drake can get out of this jam. It's right back to when he snares it. Whoa, he climbed the ladder with that. He didn't have to jump, but his arm was just long enough to snare that liner. And they again ran 3, and the shutout is still here. 9-0 after 3.5. We go to the bottom of the 4th. And Albert Lee will try and, well, they can. With 6 runs, they can, actually 1 run. They can 10 run it here on AlbertLeeLive.com.
I've got a suggestion for a place to eat that has culinary masterpieces. Cento in downtown Albert Lee. Wood-fired pizzas, fresh salads, rich pastas, and indulgent desserts. They all come together for a meal everyone will love. And if you're craving something sweet, they just added gelato. The cafe up front is open until 3 daily. Cento offers weekly specials. They've got a full catering service for you. Dine in or carry out at Cento. Open Monday through Saturday at 201 South Broadway Avenue, downtown Albert Lee.
So they still have to be 15 after 3, so 3 and 4 innings. It's got to be a 15-run rule. So they got to score 6 here to end it. And it'll be done, if it is, by the bottom of the order here. Ethan Hauser was at the plate when Manny Cavazos was thrown out at third for the third out last half inning, so Ethan will lead off this inning. Peyton Alberts and Drake Sternhagen to follow. As Ethan has walked and popped out to second. He had a 1-1 count when Manny was thrown out there for that third out. Yeah, they batted 12 in the first, scored 6 times. They batted 8 in the second and scored 3 more, and have not scored since. But, I mean, that was only 1 inning of no runs. And here in the bottom of the 4th, they haven't helped. JM has not helped himself. 2 errors, both on the shortstop. And like I said, all those pitching mistakes with 7 wild pitches, and I've stopped counting. They may have more than that, but 7 walks. But it's 9 runs on 6 hits for Albert Lee. They chased Timmy Finnern, the starter, after a third of an inning. And Ronan Darby has come on to give up 3 runs on 3 hits of his own with 1 strikeout, 2 walks, 2 wild pitches, a caught stealing. He goes into his wind and throws, and Hauser, nope, it's not Hauser, it's Brendan Soper is batting for Hauser. That's right, I saw him at second. I have a short memory. So Soper's in, and he hits a flare foul, first base side. Let's go to this. I see more things with this view of the batters. What is the count? 0-2 to Soper here. Brendan up high to him, 1 and 2. Brendan on the year has only 11 at bats. He's 1 for 11, an 0.90 average, so he is due to get going here. 1 run, 1 RBI on the year, 3 strikeouts and 3 walks for Mr. Soper, and he strikes out here for the first out of the 4th. That is the second strikeout for Darby, and now Aiden Jensen coming in to bat for Peyton Albert and play first. Aiden swings and rips one to left, and it's going to be caught by the shortstop. 2 up, 2 down. Aiden Jensen on the year, a 176 average with a run scored, 3 RBIs. One of his 3 hits is a double. And that is bringing up the pitcher spot. And we will see this is 23, Aiden Jensen. I thought he just batted. We have 2 23s. What's going on? I'm not sure what is it. It's 23. Just had 23. I'm confused. It doesn't take much. But there's 2 out and nobody on here in the 4th for Albert Lee. They are up 9-0. That's a blistering shot down the first baseline. And a base hit for whoever that is. Here comes Aiden Boss, top of the order. That is 7th hit of the game for Albert Lee. And Darby pitching in ball 1 to Aiden Boss, who has walked 3 times, stole a base and scored. And the 1-0, oh, it hit him. Hit him in the hip. Second hit batter. One was Drake Sternhagen's. This is Darby's first. And now it's runners at first and second. And 2 outs. Another 2-out rally. And up comes Gilliam, who has singled, struck out, and flown out to center. Scored a run, stole a base as well. Fouls one on the right side for strike 1. I am all sorts of confused by this turn of events. We have 2 23s. How does that happen? Or is that Aiden out there? It doesn't look like Aiden. We'll find out sooner or later. That's a strike called on the outside corner. 1-1 to Gilliam. Or no, 0-2. Oh, my mistake. 0-2. It's a little bit outside, says the ump. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Checks the runner at second and delivers. And this is up the middle off the glove of Darby. And it's everybody going to be safe. And they'll have the bases loaded. It's an infield single. Anytime the pitcher touches it, it's going to affect the trajectory of it and might mess up everything, and that's kind of what happened there. It was close at first, but Gilliam's got speed, and Boss is at second. 23 is at third. Two down. And Nate Herr up to bat, who has doubled with an RBI in the first and a run scored. Flew out to right and reached on an error. 1-0 to him. Swing and a miss. Evens the count at 1-1. And the 1-1 is hit down the third baseline. Fair and past the third baseman. 1 run scores. Here comes the second run. And a 2-run single for Nate Herr. He keeps his hot hitting going. His third RBI of the game. Second hit of the game. And it's now 11-0. Eighth hit for the team. And now runners at first and second. Strike one on a foul ball here for Drew Olvey. So Herr is at first. Gilliam's out at second. Or not out, he's just at second. And Drew Olvey with an 0-1 count. Still 2 down. Swing and a miss. 0-2. And back in the scoring column, another crooked number for these 4-4-7 guys. 6 in the first, 3 in the second, none in the third, but 2 here, and that's a strikeout of Drew Olvey. To end the inning, and Ronan with 3 strikeouts in the game in relief. But they do come across with 2, leave 2 stranded. It's now 11-0 after 4 complete here on AlbertLeeLive.com. Stay up to date on Tiger activities by following Albert Lee Live on social media. See what's on tap for the week and check out daily game day graphics to always know what's happening. You'll also get fast updates of game postponements and cancellations. Like and share our posts to keep others updated, and leave a comment with any questions for quick answers. Follow us at Albert Lee Live on Facebook, Instagram, and X, and catch all the action on AlbertLeeLive.com.
You have a brand new house. The construction has left a giant mess of dust and dirt. Call Service Master by Ayat today. 877-945-0993.
The man, the yellow van, call Service Master.
And we do have the stranger, number 23, in the game. 27 is over at first. That's Albert's. That can't be Aiden Jensen, though. It just doesn't look like him, but he's wearing 23. But he's pitching. He's a lefty. Maybe it is Aiden. Maybe I'm just confused. I thought he batted, and then another 23 came up and got a base hit and scored that fourth inning. But I have nobody up here with me to let me know who that is. So I apologize to his family and to him himself. He got Aiden Jensen listed as the only 23, so maybe that's him. I just thought he wasn't that tall, and maybe he is. We'll call him Aiden Jensen then. He's number 23. I don't see. So any other? You can't have two 23s. I think the other team would call foul on that. And Alberts is still at first, so I guess it's Jensen pitching. Oops. Stat sheet flies across the room. That's not good. So Sternhagen goes 4 and gives up no runs on 5 hits. Struck out 4, walked 3, hit 1. Really nice job here. It's been a long time since he pitched, too, so it's good to see that he got through that with no runs. Given he stranded 3 twice. That's a ground to the third, and it's hard to pick up there for Brendan Soper. Yeah, that's going to be an E5 to allow Jarrett Thaler to reach. First error on Albert Lee. Thaler walked, grounded out, and now reaches on an error. Alex Polgals is up now, the left fielder, who has walked and singled in the game. And the lefty, Jensen, with a strike called. Let me get my scoreboard up to date here. 11-0 in the top of the fifth with a 1-1 count. And a runner at first for JM here. Fouled back. A ball and 2 strikes to Polgaz. And Jensen, the lefty, gives up the hit to his first batter faced, and he's looking at him there. The lefty gets a good view of first base. Out of the zone here to Polgaz, and it's 2-2. Checking the runner and delivering. Low, 3-2. Jensen pinch hit for Sternhagen, I guess it was. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. I don't know what I was looking at. It must have been, here's a walk. It must have been Albert's batting for himself, and then Jensen came in, and that's what threw me. 27-23, fairly close for an old guy like me. But he walks the second guy up, and now runners at first and second here. With nobody out. And an 0-1 count. Strike is called. It's 0-2 now to Koch. Oh, I was going to call him Cook this time. Carson struck out twice to Drake. And now facing Aiden, and that was inside. Missed him, though, and 1-2 is the count. Still nobody out here in the fifth with 2 on. An 11-run cushion. Soper's at third. Drew still at short. And it almost looked, yeah, Manny Cavazos at second base there, and Albert's at first. For Albert Lee defensively, it's a 1-2 count. There's a foul ball there, and that one just missed to the lefty. 2-2 to Koch. Come on, Aiden, strike him out. And he fouls one straight back towards my camera. We don't see much with the lefties up, do we? On this camera angle. We get to see the runners get their leads with this angle. 2-2 on the way. Fouled again. Staying alive. Worked for the Bee Gees, and it's working for Carson Koch. It's so far anyway. 2-2 count. 11 runs on 6 hits for Albert Lee, 1 error. No runs, 3 hits, and 2 errors for JM. Another foul back. So Aiden with a walk and a hit given up here in his first 2 at batters. Trying to strike out Koch for the 3rd time in the game. And again, 2-2. Up high, and it's a full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes, no outs, 2 on, and he walked another one. Back-to-back walks, and after a reach-on error, and now the bases are loaded with Thaler at third, Polgals at second, and Koch at first. Now Sam Schneckloff, who had a ground ball out in the second and a base hit in the fourth. Still nobody out, and the bases are loaded for the third time in the game for JM. They haven't scored yet, but this will be tougher with nobody out. And the lefty, Schneckloff, takes strike 1. Sam playing first base for JM today. Strikes. Wow, I flinched, and I have a screen in front of me, but it came right into my face there. Foul ball just, I mean, if the fence wasn't there, I'd have a black eye. Oh, no, I wouldn't, because I flinched and ducked. 0-2 to Sam as Aiden fires low, and it gets away from our catcher, Olvey, and a run will score. So much for the shutout. And a wild pitch scores Thaler with their first run, 11-1. First wild pitch for Aiden. The other two advance, so second and third for Polgals and Cook. And the count is 1-2 to Schneckloff. Here's the pitch. Low, 2-2. There's a little girl that keeps running. I don't know who she belongs to, but she's so cute. She comes up here. I'm the only one up here, and she looks at me, and she looks at the equipment up here, and I told her earlier, I said, you can't talk to me because I have to work here. I'm on the radio here, but I should probably get a headset out and talk to her a little bit. I wonder, she probably wouldn't talk to me because I'm a stranger, and that's probably a good thing. Here's a 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. And he got his first out and first strikeout of the game for Aiden Jensen. And, well, one down, runners at second and third for Joe McCarty. He's flown out to left and struck out. Oops, one out. And see if Jensen can come back and keep these guys stranded here. McCarty takes low for ball 1. I'm loving the hair. Look at that. That is some, he takes care of that, I think. It's not just something he does because he does. Like me, I get one haircut a year, whether I need it or not, but it's just stubborn oldness. 2-0. But that looks like hair that's taken care of a little bit, especially when you see him in like pregame. And I don't know if that means he's a rock and roller or what the heck the deal is there, but I'm a fan. I like that. It's 2-1. I had surprisingly long hair as a youth back in the 70s. My kids saw the pictures and said, ooh, gross. But they say that to everything I do, so it's no surprise. Here's the pitch. Fouled and a 2-2 count. I have an older child who's in her 30s and has my grandchild, my only grandson, and she said, I thought you were the stupidest person I had ever known until I got out on my own. I started remembering some of the things you told me. Now I think you're one of the smartest people I've ever known. Sometimes it takes time. There's a ground to the short. They go to first and get the out. The run scores. Polgals comes in with the second run of the inning in the game for them, but they do get the second out. McCarty 6-3 at first for 2 down, and now Darby is up. And he has grounded out to short and singled. 2 down, runner at third. 2 runs in. And ball 1 to Darby. Jensen delivers, swing and a miss. 1-1. Well, 11-2, still a 9-run lead. You can get a 10-run. All they need is if they can shut them down here and get one, and they can end it after 5. Here's the pitch. It's a liner, one hopper, shortstop. Drew's got a long throw, but he gets it across to Alberts for the 3rd out. And they don't score that extra run. 2 6-3 putouts and a strikeout, but they score twice to make it 11-2 as we head to the bottom of the 5th. And so, like I said, 1 run here for Albert Lee will end it early, even though we've been playing for an hour and a half as it is, with all the runs being scored here. Through 4.5, it is 11-2, Albert Lee, and we've got 447 boys trying to close it out here when we return on AlbertLeeLive.com.
Hi, this is Adam, your local business owner at GT Window and Door right here in Albert Lee. Start the new year with a fresh look for your home. At GT Window and Door, we specialize in high-quality windows and door replacements that enhance comfort, style, and energy efficiency. With financing options available, including interest-free plans for up to 18 months, it's never been easier to upgrade your home. Visit us online at gtwindowanddoor.com to schedule your free estimate today. Let's make 2025 the year you fall in love with your home all over again.
You have a brand new house. The construction has left a giant mess of dust and dirt. Call Service Master by Hyatt today. 877-945-0993.
The man, the yellow van, called Service Master.
As we go to the bottom of the 5th, Albert Lee needing 1 run to close it out here. And due up, Casey Olvey, Cooper Rassler, and Brendan Soper. I think they've used everybody off the bench here, so that should be the order they come in. As Casey is swinging a bat and ready to go. And then Cavazos will bat in the Rassler spot. So it'll be Casey Olvey, Manny Cavazos, and Brendan Soper to face a new pitcher. As Alex Polgals goes from left field to pitch the 5th. So Darby ended up going 4 2/3. Gave up 5 runs on 5 hits and struck out 3, walked 2 wild pitches. Hit batter. It just is ugly. The 2 pitchers they've had gave up a total of 7 walks, 5 wild pitches. Although it might be more because I may have just stopped counting those. The 11 runs on 8 hits. So here is Casey Olvey. And that's ball 1. Let's move us to the bottom of the 5th. Ball 1, 11-2. Here's the pitch. And it's a strike called to Casey, who has walked, singled, stole a base. He stole 3 bases today. Has a single and 2 walks and 2 runs scored. He's been busy. That's way outside, and this pitcher is not coming out of the chute any better than the first 2 they had, but it's 2-1. Casey. Then Manny Cavazos and Brendan Soper here in the 5th, trying to end it with 1 run in the bottom of the 5th. That one skips in, and it's 3-1. And Alex Polgall's having some trouble here finding the zone. He's been way wide on 2 of them, and then the other one skipped in past the catcher. I think the catcher's only caught 1 of these 4 pitches. 3-1 on the way. Ooh, he hit him in the back. So a leadoff runner here. His first hit batter, second hit batter of the game for JM pitching. Albert Lee also hit a batter, so 3 hit batters in the game total. So 1 on, nobody out for Manny Cavazos. Manny is 0 for 5. Would love to see Manny get his first hit right here. Takes over for Rassler, who had a single and 2 walks, 2 runs scored. steal of second for Casey. That's his 4th steal of the game. And 9th for Albert Lee in steals. That's incredible. They average 4 a game. They have 9 today. And it's 0-1 to Cavazos. Manny swings and misses. It's 0-2. So the winning run is at second with nobody out. And the pitch is swung on a miss. Manny goes down on strikes. And there's one down. Alex Polgall's first strikeout. That's the 5th in the game for Albert Lee batters. And it brings up Brendan Soper. And Brendan on the year is 1 for 11, 090 average. He did strike out his first time up. And spins to fake a throw to second. I think there was a pitch thrown, wasn't there? We'll find out. Brendan steps back in. The runner goes. The bunt is foul, so we'll have to redo it. Casey's got to go back to second. Well, I know that's a strike. I don't know what the first one was. Or even if there was a first one. I get lost every once in a while. So much to do here without a helper. That's what I'm going to blame it on. Here's the 0-1. And it's high. We think it's 1-1. To Brendan. They look at the runner. Oh, he turned to throw, and the second baseman wasn't playing. So he might have got him. He's going now. That's high for ball 2, and a defensive indifference puts Casey Olvey at third now, the winning run. It's 2-1 to Soper. And the 10-run rule is close to being in effect here. 11-2 in the 5th. And a walk. So runners at the corners, and nobody out. Or I guess there is one out. It was the strikeout. And here comes Peyton Alberts, who struck out in the first, grounded out the second and the third, and flew out to shortstop, or popped out to shortstop in the 4th. He's due. Came in with a 272 average. Winning run at third here with one out. And it's outside. And low ball 1 to Peyton. That's where I got confused. I thought Peyton batted for himself, and I thought Jensen batted for him. They're 27-23, very close. Jensen's up next. If no double play is pulled off here, and even if a double play is pulled off, that would probably give Olvey enough time to score. And it's a base hit that scores the run. And Peyton Alberts has the game-winning RBI. As Casey scores the 12th run, and it's a 12-2 win in 5. And the boys get back on the winning way. They're 10-2 now, with a complete game domination here of Rochester JM. 12-2 is the final score, and we'll have the Service Master by Ayat cleanup and come back and give you the deets after this.
Stay up to date on Tiger activities by following Albert Lee Live on social media. See what's on tap for the week and check out daily game day graphics to always know what's happening. You'll also get fast updates of game postponements and cancellations. Like and share our posts to keep others updated, and leave a comment with any questions for quick answers. Follow us at Albert Lee Live on Facebook, Instagram, and X, and catch all the action on albertleelive.com.
You have a brand new house. The construction has left a giant mess of dust and dirt. Call Service Master by Ayat today. 877-945-0993.
The man, the yellow van. Call Master.
So a complete domination here for the Albert Lee 447 boys over Rochester JM, the 12-15 post VFW of Rochester. 12-2 in 5. The game went quite a way. It was an hour and 45-minute game and only 5 innings, but that's due to 12 batters in the first inning for Albert Lee. They scored 6 runs, and it was helped a lot by the pitching of JM. They batted another 8 in the second inning. They had 20 batters in the first 2 innings and scored 9 runs, 6 in the first, 3 in the second. Got 2 more in the fourth and 1 in the fifth to win 12-2. And a lot of guys did well at the plate, but I like Drake Sternhagen at the pitcher's mound. He had his first start in a while, and he was pretty sharp. He had only gave up 5 hits, no runs in his 4 innings of work. Struck out 4. He did walk 3 and hit a batter, but it didn't hurt him, and he left the bases full, stranded a couple of times, and 3 times, I think. Well, no, I think it was twice in the game, and then the third time they actually ended up scoring 2 runs there in the 5th. But it wasn't like JM didn't have base runners. They came up with 5 hits and 2 runs. But between Sternhagen and Jensen, they struck out 5, walked 5, 1 wild pitch, 1 hit batter. So they gave him some base runners, but they just could not cash in at all. And the onslaught early and often for Albert Lee did him in. Scoring 6, and that's all they needed in the first inning. So with the big hitters, Nate Herr continues. He had a .590 average coming in. He had a double and a single today with 3 RBIs. Also reached on an error and stole a base, scored once. He was all over the place. He is human, though. He flew out to right field. So, also, a lot of walks in here. I'm trying to find guys who had more than 1 hit on the day. And I think, Drake Sternhagen had, nope, he only had 1. And Jensen batted for him in the last inning there. And he got the game-winning hit. No, he didn't. It was Peyton Alberts who got the game-winning RBI, but Jensen did get a base hit on the day, so that was good. And Bryson Gilliam had 2 singles. He was 2 for 4 on the day. Aiden Boss leading off. He had 3 walks and a hit by pitch, so he did reach all 4 times. Scored only once, but he also had a steal in there. But they had 9 steals, the Elverly guys, as 4-4-7 came to play. They were not happy with that loss on Monday, and they get the job done here, 12-2 in 5. So they'll play Friday against Rochester Lords here at 5 o'clock on ElverlyLive.com. And then Saturday they go to Winona for a doubleheader. And Winona, as far as I know, they're the top seed in the district. I think they've only lost once, as far as I know. So we're chasing them. We could sweep them. That'd be huge, or at least go 1-1. But this is a big step towards getting at least the 2nd seed and having home playoff games starting on the 19th for the VFW. The playoffs start for the Legion on the 20th of the month. So they're coming up. This is the last week of the season. Legion has games next Monday and Tuesday. Monday on our airwaves here on the stream, and Tuesday is on the road next week. I think they have games yet this week as well. I don't have their schedule right in front of me, but VFW crew will finish off with the home game Friday against Lords, then the doubleheader Saturday in Winona. It's 11 and 1, I think, at the game times, if you're making the long trip over there. Otherwise, they wrap up their season Sunday here against Owatonna at 5, and we'll have that game on ElverlyLive.com. Sunday evening baseball, as they wrap up their regular seasons. They are a fun team both these teams are fun to watch. 4-2 Legion team. Big win yesterday, 20-9, and in weird circumstances. I apologize for not getting that game on. If I had known it was going to last until 11:30 at night, I might have done it. But it just seemed like a futile attempt to get over to another stadium after one batter and with the teardown and setup times and everything. I just didn't think it was going to happen, but turns out it would have been fine, but who knew? Anyway, it's a win here for VFW, 12-2 in 5. Thanks for tuning in, and thanks to our great sponsors, Cento and Mr. Sandless, as well as GT Window and Doors and Gutters by GT. We'll hear from all of them once again.
Hi, this is Adam, your local business owner at GT Window and Door right here in Albert Lea. Start the new year with a fresh look for your home. At GT Window and Door, we specialize in high-quality windows and door replacements that enhance comfort, style, and energy efficiency. With financing options available, including interest-free plans for up to 18 months, it's never been easier to upgrade your home. Visit us online at gtwindowanddoor.com to schedule your free estimate today. Let's make 2025 the year you fall in love with your home all over again.
You have a brand new house. The construction has left a giant mess of dust and dirt. Call Service Master by Hyatt today. 877-945-0993.
The man, the yellow van, call Service Master.
Mr. Sandless in Albert Lea refinishes any kind of floors without sanding. Guaranteed adhesion, guaranteed satisfaction, best warranty in the business. Outdoors, they'll refinish decks, fences, furniture, concrete, and more. Any type of floor indoors like tile, slate, laminates, concrete, asphalt, ceramic, and more. Call local Mr. Sandless, Troy Irvine at 507-391-9100 or check him out online, MrSandless.com. I've got a suggestion for a place to eat that has culinary masterpieces. Cento in downtown Albert Lea. Wood-fired pizzas, fresh salads, rich pastas, and indulgent desserts. They all come together for a meal everyone will love. And if you're craving something sweet, they just added gelato. The cafe up front is open until 3 daily. Cento offers weekly specials. They've got a full catering service for you. Dine in or carry out at Cento. Open Monday through Saturday at 201 South Broadway Avenue.